Your hometown news talk, 96.5 and 1260. The Pledge, it is Parker and Davis. What you got to love about West Michigan, Davis, is when something bad happens, we just don't soak it in and absorb the loss. Here in West Michigan, we take the hit, we evaluate, and then we try to make good things out of bad.
This is something I've seen consistently in this community when people experience
loss
or they experience a challenge. It's not enough for them only to overcome the challenge, but they turn around and say, who else can I help from the experience I've gained? And this next story is exactly that. The
Elhart family talking about a loss and talking about a big event coming up at Christ Memorial Church on June 29th. Sounds a little better. Keep talking. So on June 29th, Hope Bridge will be coming to Holland. Jeff, tell us about Hope Bridge. What is it and why is it important?
Well, Hope Bridge is really a movement. It's a film, and a film on suicide prevention, depression, and we want to bring it to our community because it's a unknown disease that people just don't have the tools to have and to use to prevent the fatal degree of depression being suicide. At least they're not aware of those.
They say there's a suicide every 40 seconds, and that's across the country. But when it hits home, close to home, it has a greater impact.
Yeah, it sure does. And our family has felt that with my brother Wayne passing to depression through the fatal way of suicide on March 27 of 2015, our family certainly was affected. And like many others, we just weren't aware of the signs to look for in trying to help him through his depression.
But rather than wallow in despair, you've decided to do something about it. You're proactively presenting a new idea about suicide prevention here in Holland.
Absolutely. Our community and the world needs awareness. They need preventative awareness of suicide, and that's what Hope Bridge is all about.
Hope Bridge is not only a movement, Jeff, it's also a movie.
Yes, it is. It's a movie, and we had the privilege of seeing the debut of the movie in Florida on May 27, and we're anxious to bring it here to Holland on June 29 at Christ Memorial Church.
And to go along with that, on June 29th, you're bringing some people responsible for the movie to town?
Yeah, absolutely. David and Christy Eaton are the producers of this great film, and they have committed to come up to our beautiful Holland community and be part of our event on Monday evening, June 29.
And David and Christy are on the line from Florida. Good morning, David and Christy. How are you?
We are great. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Tell us about your connection to Hope Bridge.
Hope Bridge, we were impacted by suicide in our family twice and really felt like we needed to do something about it, and we felt like a broader platform was the way to do it. So we decided a movie was really the way to reach people, meet people. Media is a tremendous tool. Unfortunately, we really didn't know how to make a movie when we started this endeavor, and I'll tell the story all the time that Christy has never stayed awake during a movie in her life until now. So just way outside the boundaries for us, but it's a powerful tool.
It's been said, David, that many people involved in the movie, the production of the movie, the actors themselves, have all been impacted by suicide.
I think if you look at just our world today, almost everybody's been impacted in some way, whether they know somebody that knows somebody. But our actors and our cast and a lot of our crew really felt the need to get the message across. So they believed in the mission, and I think that's why they were so willing to work with us. They were tremendous to work with.
And the names in the movie are some names that a lot of people would recognize.
Absolutely. Kevin Sorbo, you might know from TV's Hercules, and then was in the very famous God's Not Dead last summer. And then Boo Boo Stewart, if you have teenagers, they'll definitely know Boo Boo. He was in all the Twilight series and was in the most recent X-Men last summer, Days of Future Past. So up-and-coming emerging actor.
Now, this movie, what do you hope the impact of the movie will be?
on many levels, we're hoping and feel very confident that the impact will be that there'll be more understanding, signs to look for, a greater knowledge base, that people will be open to talking about it, to break down that stigma, to reduce the statistics of suicide today, especially in our nation, and globally as well. But overall, healing and people finding hope that they're not alone, support is available, and that people want to be there for those people that are struggling.
Not only do you want to prevent suicide, but you also want to ease the burden and ease the pain for those left behind.
Absolutely. It's, one of the things we noticed when we were impacted is, unlike if someone passes from a heart attack or liver disease or some cancer, people come in droves. But, when it comes to a suicide, people don't come in droves because they don't know what to say. It's not that they don't care, it's that they don't know what to say. So I think from our perspective, that's why opening up the conversation and making it okay to talk about and heal from is something that's very important.
The conversation and the program that you presented, or that you will be presenting in Holland on June 29th at Christ Memorial Church, you had a chance to debut in Florida. How did that go?
It was an incredible event. We had nearly 1,000 people show up. We had 7 or 8 different organizations. It was a night that many told us was probably the best event they've ever been to when it comes to some type of mission or message. And we just feel like it was healing for people. It opened up conversation that people haven't had sometimes ever, and in other cases haven't had in a long time.
And we've made, with that event, we made available clinicians and medical professionals that would provide a safe environment for any questions that anybody has ever wanted to ask. We made it a free space and comfortable space to ease that awkwardness. And because of that, we had just a huge success rate. And we're hoping we can bring that to Holland, Michigan, and there be healing in that area as well.
The name of the movie, the name of the program is Hope Bridge. Jeff Elhart from Elhart Automobile here in West Michigan. Jeff, you went down and you saw the movie.
Yes,
what was your impression?
Yes, I did. My wife and my mother actually went down, and it was much more than what we expected. It was incredible film, and to the point, and so much. So personally, there's 2 unique emotions involved with suicide, and they are guilt and their anger, unlike any other death. And I didn't harbor any anger, but I harbored guilt, working with my brother for over 32 years. And I was able to bury that guilt thanks to this movie. And it's just one thing that this movie can do for survivors, but more so to give tools to all of us to look for signs of depression before it gets too late.
And much like Florida, we're going to debut the movie Hope Bridge right here in West Michigan. What time does that start, Jeff?
It starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Doors open at 6:30. You can come and see our partners, which will have 6 to 10 partners that are involved in community mental health. And we'll view the movie and a short Q&A, and we'll be out of there by 9 o'clock. So we hope to see everyone there.
In addition, Dave and Christy will be joining us, too, from Florida.
Yes, they will. We're anxious to have them, and we've had the privilege of meeting them down in Florida and having lunch with them. And I wish that they were here in Florida because they would meld right into this community here.
Again, the name of the movie, the name of the project that's coming to Holland Christ Memorial Church, Hope Bridge, providing hope for those who are contemplating suicide and for those who are left behind.